All right, what's up, y'all? I'm back with another video. I know I haven't posted in a little while, but I'm back posting more videos. So yeah, this video is going to be about securing your Bitcoin. A lot of people I kind of talk to, like in the day-to-day, kind of have questions about like how do you secure your Bitcoin? Where do you go to buy your Bitcoin and things like that, right? So it's like when you have this kind of conversation, it get a little bit technical, kind of complex, but one of the best methods is to always keep it simple when securing your Bitcoin or building out like your security infrastructure for how you want to set up your stack and how you want to secure it. So first things first, where you buy Bitcoin from. You can buy Bitcoin from a couple places. We can start with the KYC places, which is like KYC stands for Know Your Customer. And so some of those places are Strike, Coinbase, obviously. You can go River, just to name some that are like just off the top of my head. So obviously with these companies, you go through them, you have to sign up with your username, password, email, information that's unique to yourself in order to purchase Bitcoin. And so you give up that privacy factor, right? If you are deep into the weeds of becoming a sovereign individual and understanding Bitcoin, maybe that's not something that you're interested in. You don't want to give somebody your email and get spammed by, Strike, River, or whoever or Coinbase, because they do spam you, to buy Bitcoin on their app, right? So you might want to use some type of other application, like which is considered non-KYC, meaning that they don't ask you for any personal information in order to buy Bitcoin, which would be Robosats. You have Bisq, and there's a couple more, but like those are like the main two that like everybody kind of uses if they're using like non-KYC. There's even like a bot on Telegram. It's called LNP2P bot. You can use that in order to buy Bitcoin as well. People and actually buy Bitcoin like the way it was kind of meant to be. I mean, granted, these other ways that I said it as well, like they do it as well, but like it's like I guess it kind of makes it feel like you're buying it from a person more than the other applications do. But every application is set up so that you're buying Bitcoin directly from somebody else who's selling it. That's it. That's literally all it is. But yeah, so that's where you buy Bitcoin at. I'll post the links in the description for everybody so that you can kind of check them out. If you want to access the non-KYC links, you have to go through Tor browser. So you got to be a little bit more on the technical side. Not really, but you can YouTube it, you can Google it. It's not hard. ChatGPT. So there you go. But yeah. So I'll post those links for you. So that's kind of like step one, right? Step two would be after you buy the Bitcoin, what do you do with it? So some people don't care about owning their Bitcoin or having the keys to your Bitcoin, because not your keys, not your coins, right? So what they tend to do is they will leave their Bitcoin on exchanges like Strike, Coinbase, or River, and they'll just leave their stack there and continue adding to it. That is not my recommended advice, because certain situations can happen, right? Like say for example, say your phone gets stolen, all of your Bitcoin is in Coinbase. Say somebody, after they steal your phone, they get access to it, they could send all of your Bitcoin to themselves in another wallet. Or say for example, Coinbase or Strike or River or whoever, right? Say they suspect your account for some sort of fraudulent or scamming type of activity. They could lock your account, freeze your Bitcoin. You couldn't send it anywhere. They technically own it because they control that platform, and they control those private your private keys to your Bitcoin, right? So that's like one of the main that's like one of the main reasons why I don't keep my Bitcoin on exchanges, right? Like very recently, I'm sure everybody's heard of the Coinbase debacle or whatever, and how they were like hacked and they were sending out people's private information, like their phone numbers and not hack. Well, it was like an insider job basically, and how, you know, they sent out people's not social security, but phone numbers and emails, and how people were basically getting social engineered to sending their Bitcoin to people who were posing as Coinbase. So yeah, like that's one of the reasons why I would not leave my Bitcoin on exchanges. It's not safe. It's not smart. And if you know, Bitcoin is, you got to remember, Bitcoin is property. So it's like you want to own your property in every aspect. So if you have the power to hold your private keys, do that, because, you know, it's your property. And if you don't do that and you lose your Bitcoin, then that's on you. Sorry. So yeah. And I guess now we can kind of get into like, okay, so if I shouldn't keep my Bitcoin on exchanges, what do I do, right? So here's what you can do. You can take self-custody. That's what it is. You take self-custody of your Bitcoin, right? So say you buy your Bitcoin on Strike. Okay. You create a wallet of some sort with maybe Sparrow. You could do an Electrum wallet. You could do a Spectre. You could do like a Spectre wallet. There's so many different wallets out there, hot wallets or whatever, right? You could just make you a hot wallet, possibly put a password up there, and after, you know, you buy it on Strike, send it from Strike to that hot wallet, and now you have control over your Bitcoin. Nobody can look at your account and be like, oh, hey, this guy's doing something fraudulent, let's stop him from sending Bitcoin. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you are the sole dictator of what you do with your Bitcoin at this point, right? So if you want to send your Bitcoin anywhere, you can do that. If you want to, you know, send it to 3 different wallets, you can do that. I mean, if it's your setup. You have control over it now. You have control over your keys. So after you set up your hot wallet with your and you get your private key, obviously the private key is your seed phrase, right? You don't want to give that seed phrase to anybody or let anybody see it. You don't want to just write it down randomly and like leave it somewhere. You want to store it somewhere safe. So I mean, if anything, if you write it down somewhere, obviously put it somewhere safe, but I wouldn't even recommend writing it down. Like, I would just definitely recommend getting some sort of hardware wallet, like a cold card or a or maybe even a what is it, like a Jade, or I would not recommend getting Ledger, but if anything, get a cold card. Get a cold card. Get like the M4 or get the Q. Either one, they're both good. And generate a seed phrase from your cold card. Like, there's videos that I can link to show you guys how to do some of this stuff. It's not hard. It's easy. And you know, after that, you get that seed phrase. Put that seed phrase in Sparrow, and there you go. Now you have step 3. Now you have Bitcoin on you have Bitcoin in your own personal wallet, secured by a cold card, and your cold card holds your seed phrase, and it's protected by a password. So nobody knows that information but you. So this is kind of how you get to getting to that sovereign, not sovereign, but that this like kind of top level security of like getting your Bitcoin, you know, squared away, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, so after you do that, you have your cold card. You can get into doing all sorts of things now. Get you some steel plates, and in case, say, like, you want to start thinking about the future, right? Say, for example, your house burns down or something like that. You want to get a steel plate with your seed phrase and lock it up somewhere in a vault, or I don't know, bury it, do whatever, something with it somewhere, or put it in some other location where only you know. This is where you want to get into like doing multi-sig. You want to create some sort of 2 of 3 multi-sig wallet. That's how I personally set my stuff up, or not my stuff, but my family's Bitcoin up and everything like that. It's probably the best way to do it. There are other ways to do this, but it kind of moving past here, I'm not going to say it doesn't keep it simple, but it does get more complicated. The furthest I would take it is set up a multi-sig wallet and just ensure that you know where the seed phrases are. you know, like maybe separate them if need be. And always have backups. Have like 3 backups of every seed phrase you have for your multi-sig or something like that. And just make sure that you know where they are, and just keep it simple. Don't make it confusing, because that's how people end up losing access to the Bitcoin. So yeah, that is how you pretty much get to a good level of security with your Bitcoin. And obviously don't be like talking about how much Bitcoin you got, because like these are just like extra tips, I guess. So like one tip is obviously don't talk about how much Bitcoin you have to people, because for one, we don't know what people's intentions are when it comes to, you know, you just saying something about Bitcoin. Maybe somebody that you're talking to could be like, oh, okay, well, you know, I'm going to kidnap this dude and cut his fingers off for his Bitcoin or something like that. Not saying that like that will happen, but there are stories out there, if you look them up, where somebody has gotten kidnapped and they wanted their Bitcoin. Did they give it to him? I mean, maybe not. I'm not sure. I've just seen stories and heard stories based off of like YouTube's and things I've seen on X. So yeah, that's a good tip. Like, don't just be out here blabbing about how much Bitcoin you got. Obviously, keep it low key. Don't be doing too much. Keep stacking your sats, and yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else I got as far as like Bitcoin security. That's pretty much it. Like as far as like security goes, as long as you get your vault set up, like your vault meaning like you get to like a multi-sig level type of wallet, and I forgot this, you're running your own node. If you get to, you know, if you study Bitcoin and you understand it, and you get to the point of like creating a multi-sig wallet, you should 110% be running your own node, so that you have some type of say-so in the Bitcoin network, or on the Bitcoin network, because that's how you verify your own transactions. If you're sending Bitcoin to different wallets, say you're using Sparrow and you're using like a public server, that means somebody's able to see all the transactions, every single transaction that you make. So they know exactly, they can figure out how much Bitcoin you have, where you're sending it to. So you don't want to do that. You want to run your own node so that you can verify your own transactions and nobody else can, right? You want to get to that level. Am I there? Yes. Should you get there? Absolutely. Can you get there with time? Yes. Study, research, do whatever you can to get to that level, and ask me questions, hit me up. I'm more than willing to help people out. So yeah, that I guess that would be like the last tip I got. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for right now. Oh, and also, don't be scared to, this is like not like a security tip, but like this is kind of something that I want to give like people getting into Bitcoin and stuff, like stack sats, hold them. You know, obviously when people get into Bitcoin, like they kind of want to hold their Bitcoin pretty much like forever, which is nothing wrong with that, you know. But obviously you got to remember, like, you're stacking sats in order to spend your Bitcoin one day. So don't be scared to, you know, sell some of your Bitcoin once you get to a certain point and just improve your lifestyle. That's what it's for, right? It's so that, you know, your life gets cheaper and more affordable. So sell some sats to improve your life, or just to have a little bit of fun. Like I did today. I went to Steak and Shake today, Steak and Shake today, and I bought a freaking burger and fries with some Bitcoin, with some sats. And it was cool. It was really cool. So if you ever, like, if you get a chance, go check it out. Go do it. Go, you know, experience that. That was fun. Save your receipt or something. Take a picture of it. So yeah, that is all I got for right now. So thank you guys for listening.